Hi, how you going? I'm here today to talk to you about the current challenges that we see our customers facing in the IT in any industry, because it's so prevalent in all, which is becoming digital and the understanding of actually stepping back and looking at the whole IT ecosystem. So we still see the business and IT all siloed and segregated, running off to do a lot of their own projects that need, whether it's IoT devices, infrastructure, software, platforms for the applications to go on. There's just so much out there, and our customers, with all the likes of fast internet speeds and more devices being connected, like this proliferation of devices, it's just become so prevalent that customers need to have new technologies. But it's not about the new technologies out there, because as we know, they're amazing and they're good and they're just getting better, but it's about knowing what the right one is for you. And I guess I wanted to talk about the first time I initially heard someone say to me, why doesn't the system just work? Or, it works on my machine, why doesn't it work on Susie's machine? And so I'll step back. So I was studying Bachelor of Commerce in 2013, potentially majoring in events management, which I decided when I did this cool course called Information Systems that I kind of really got intrigued with, and I started looking around to see what other options were out there, and I majored in Information Technology and Information Systems after that. During the 3 years at uni, I decided to do an IT role. So I got into IT support, as you do. I worked for 3 companies in Welshpool, Western Australia. It was run by my boss and myself. We would run the whole ecosystem, and they had, it was a global business as well. They would have a lot of communications in Africa and South Africa, as well as interstate too. So I was working on this SAP project. We had SAP Business One and the NPS team, so the service team in particular, which is one person, wanted to have a system in place to automate their service requests that came in from their clients and customers, to ensure a better service to them. Because initially they were doing it the old way, where it was call, they write it down, and then they would enter it into this kind of quite a legacy application that only really did data entry. And they would have to really manage that system. And so we were looking at the SAP service module, as they had SAP already in place, and initially got things kicked off, and we were setting up the service module. I was learning so much about the processes of the business. It was, the first conversation was, what do you do? Who gets involved with the system? What's the end goal? What's the real outcome? Do you need automation for the process, or do you want alerts coming in to ensure that everyone is aware what needs to be done? And it was funny, I was thinking, I'm going to be coming in here with IT knowledge about tokens and talk about data initially, but no, it was about that person's role and the value they needed to put in to ensure that they weren't, leaving their customers to call up and wait on things. They needed to kind of keep up with the pace. So there was one day where the service girl and I finally did the pilot, and when we got on to get it going, one day it worked really well, and pretty sure we were almost set to put it in production. However, went back the next day, and I think there was just more people in the office because the salespeople come in and out. They're on the road quite a bit, and initially when we put together the service pilot testing again, it didn't go as well as the first time. And she turned to me and was like, what have we done? Like, why isn't this working? Worked yesterday. Like, I don't get this. And so when I kind of finally used my IT knowledge and thought, well, it has to be something underneath, the underlying infrastructure, in which it was the capacity. We needed to input more disks into our arrays. And now thinking back, I took that a different project. I know now what to do, called Dell EMC. But it was kind of an opportunity for me to inform her, look, it's what's sitting underneath that, and we need to ensure, so if a lot of traffic is coming through this service system, we need to ensure that when there's peak seasons like Christmas, for example, we can shoot up the capacity to ensure it allows that scalability and still bring that agility to the software, which will bring the value in. And so, after that, she understood a bit more, was a bit more relaxed about things. We were able to approach it a bit more positively and just with more understanding. And it definitely went two ways. We both needed to understand each other's roles and what we were doing for the projects, like what did she need to know about me, to look at each other's lenses. And that's why I wanted to go into, we see these challenges, and we are doing so great, Dell Technologies, so great in that infrastructure as a service space. So we call this IT transformation and the workforce transformation, understanding personnels of people's jobs and giving them the devices they need to pursue the best they can in those roles. But people don't understand is we've also got the application transformation stream, which people are wondering, okay, maybe what would you know about this? Well, we are so in depth with so many of our customers, so industries from financial services to telecommunications service providers. We've got a massive partner ecosystem. We are so ingrained in the business world already, and you look at our customers and how many there are out there. We understand these businesses, and so not only being able to do the IT or IaaS and workforce, we can look at the application. We've got skill consultants in our company that can bring that lens down. So people are looking at this pyramid up. So here's business and here's IT causing the problems. Like there's the bottleneck. Well, and we also call that IT shadowing. We look at it from the approach down. So we're looking at the whole stack, bringing in, that lens of business, IT, where does applications need to sit? Where can applications get the most benefit? Where does applications actually need to lie within the business units? So I wanted to draw you up this circle here, which is your business. See it there? So we've got your business circle. Inside that, we've got HR, we've got marketing, we've got accounting, we've payroll, sales, all these teams. Great, awesome. They're obviously going off though and saying they can't wait for IT anymore and getting their own software. So they've got software here, maybe a hardware over here, maybe they've got a public cloud offering. This one's here in the data center. This one's got a lot of IoT devices. And it just becomes this huge ecosystem of different products, and they're not talking to each other. I'm not even that. We've also got IT on the other side, which also has silos. You've got networking guys, you've got applications, so DevOps guys, operations, storage, compute, the whole bang. But are they talking to each other? No, and they are also reaching out and getting different ideas of what they think will be best in their department. So just these are all one-eyed lenses. What we do is like I said before, we look down. So we actually look and talk to everyone. And that's what we believe application transformation is. We've got a stream that allows us to do application profiling with one of our software tools that come in, and it understands where these applications are sitting, profiles them, and we obviously talk to the business units to gather in specific to your company what that application means. Is it something that we could retire or refactor? Retire, replatform. There's so many options out there, and also look at the costs of that as well. And that's what we do. And because of our knowledge of the industry already, we kind of have a feel of what we have this exposure of all this, but we've seen it in here, and we have the tools of collaboration. We believe our application transformation is agile as well. Our second stream on the application transformation is data analytics. We know data is the new oil. It's, the last 2 years, 90% of the world's data has been created just in 2 years. Not only that, but we can get, and we do understand the big data. We've got platforms, big data and analytics, data engineering, and we've got massive skills in the SQL Server business. So we provide pro consult advisory in that space, as well as the others. The third one is the cloud native apps and DevOps. Application replatform modernization, yeah, and that's what we do. Provide a lot of benefits, and we're not just the IT company, and we know that business loves IT, and if we all work together, you're going to be well ahead of the competition. Thanks for listening.